I have a legend with me here in London. I flew in from Switzerland just to meet the big man. You good?
Bro. Yeah, man.
You ready for the intro?
Live and living. Oh, yeah, let me hear the intro. I'm going, Carl.
Tell them say a week over the world like Google. Uncle Peng Peng Lukie Wyniger and Bugle.
This is the Peng Peng Podcast. Let's talk about music and sports. Fire.
Yeah, we talk about music and sports. I would love to start with sports because music is too obvious.
Yeah, cool.
At the moment, are you following like a league or a sport, or are you into football like everybody else in Jamaica, or cricket?
I would have said right now in my life, I not really follow them thing there.
Why not?
Not that I don't love it, but me usually follow basketball. I'm usually follow a little bit of soccer. But in the past 2 years, it never feel as important to me.
How did that change?
Just due to actually teaching a 4 and 5 year old how to kick a ball in general. So that's where my focus is at. Trying to get my son to him love swimming, and him love him come water polo with me a couple times, water polo. So him dribbling the ball at 5 years old in water polo, and he might try to learn how to shoot hoops, and that's where my energy
How old is he?
Yeah, 5.
5. So you want him to become a sportsman?
I don't want him to
professional?
become anything that he doesn't want to do. I want him to do what he want to do, but I'm introducing things to him.
Yeah, of course. But
which it switches every day. For one day he want to be a fireman, next day he's gonna be better than Michael Jordan. So,
but if you could choose for him, would you want him to be a professional soccer player or a musician?
Can't choose for him. Can't choose for people, man. Can choose to help guide them. But yeah, I don't want him to be a musician. But yeah, can't choose for him.
How about sports for yourself? Do you work out?
Yeah. I haven't gotten to in a couple of weeks now. Since I've been back on tour, it's been kind of hard to do so. Kind of afraid of the gym them.
But you go into the gym, you're not into freeletics or something like that?
No, I told him I play I swim and I play water polo.
Water polo? What's water polo?
Polo aquatico.
Polo aquatico
It's from Switzerland, and what? You never heard of it?
I know that they play like in the water with balls and they throw balls on to the goal, but that's not the same thing, right?
It's a sport, yeah. It's a sport that encompasses rules from basketball and soccer in a pool setting about 30 meters with 2 goals.
Oh, so yeah, I know what you're talking about. But
7 people aside playing, it's 14 aside, but 7 in the water at a time.
So you play with the team?
Yeah, I used to play for my school and for my country.
But I thought you were a swimmer, but that wasn't true then.
I swim and play water polo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the two sports are synonymous with each other, especially there. So during the week, I would do swimming, up until so Monday to Friday, and then Saturday morning. No matter how late you went out with friends, you would get up about 9 o'clock, go do training for high school until about 12, and then we take a break for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then the national team training started at 2 o'clock till about 5. So the whole day Saturday, as
you was in the water.
Yeah, playing water polo and swimming during the week, and then more and more as I grew up, less swimming started to happen and more water polo.
Yeah. And now I remember my father's friend used to do that as well. He used to tell me that it is a very rough sport, right?
Yeah, man, it's one of the most violent sports because a lot goes on under the water that the ref can't see.
So you give like elbows,
kicking,
really?
People holding you down. It's a sport that a lot of other people who play have come into, and maybe they could swim pretty well, but they get beat up, and it's like, yo, I can't feel like I'm drowning because you have to learn how to control that breath. Maybe that has helped me a lot in music too.
Yeah, I can
because
imagine.
swimming is a controlled thing. But water polo, there's people pushing you down and you have to be swimming on top of that. So you get big lungs. Yeah.
We're actually not here to talk about water polo, you know that. Well,
I like talking, bro.
Yeah, I would love to talk about this the whole day, but we have to talk about other stuff from Jamaican sports world. I've followed the Jamaican bobsled team.
Yeah.
For the last Olympics.
They're another sport that they probably get a lot of publicity, but they're also a very small, unique, niche set of people in Jamaica that might do that sport.
Yeah, because I talked to one of the guys, and he told me he wanted to be a track and field, an athlete. And
then branch off into that.
And then there was one coach asking him to join the bobsled team. You don't do that like nothing, right?
If water polo is a very small attending sport in Jamaica, like there's literally 50 to 100 people that might be in a league at whatever time, or playing it from high school right around to national players, everybody. It's way less in...
Of course, everybody loves the story because of the movie Cool Runnings, of course.
Yeah, and it's dope that a Jamaican team could be there, because that means that, you know, we're just representing all kind of aspects of life, even though if we don't have that ability to train exactly like how those situations are. They train on a regular basis doing the track and whatever, and also people have skills in the go-kart, you know, they build a go-kart thing. But yeah, that story was awesome and the movie was dope, and we was just like, yo, why them couldn't find a real Jamaican for chat some real thing in that movie, dog? Damn.
That's the problem the Jamaicans have with that movie, right? Because it's all American actors.
Actors, yeah, but I mean, Dougie Doug did good as he could, and the people. And I mean, and back in the day, we're elated to see that. But then when you realize that our brilliant actors and actresses not really getting the chance that they could.
Maybe you should do part 2 with Jamaican actors.
I think there is a part 2 for some reason. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, or maybe I'm just thinking that no, they've gone back. Maybe there should be a part 2.
Yeah, but what I was telling you is that we're not here to talk about sports for the full 30 minutes we have in the Peng Peng Podcast. We're talking about your new album.
Yes, sir.
Actually, I'm very honest. When somebody told me that there's a new Sean Paul album coming, I told him, I said, what, again? Already?
Yeah.
Sean Paul, you're 20 years in a superstar for 20 years now.
Yeah. And
you're still going strong like almost nobody else. You're one of the busiest in the game. Mm-hmm. Why do you do that? You're still hungry.
Love it, bro. Love it. Love being able to make music. And I realize that there's less and less time here as you're growing as a human being. You know, music to me is something that artists like guitar player or someone songwriter, they channel certain things the way they do because of certain inspirations, and that's a special thing. And so for me, I have to take my own self special into. You have to treat yourself special. You have to take care of your temple and those type of things. And when I'm recording whatever I'm recording, even if it is shit, that thing, I believe within myself that I'm doing it. I'm suited to doing it in the best way that it will reach where it reach. So for me, that's my thing, to keep spreading the music and to be remembered and have songs that do play, even when I'm not here. So to try and make as much of them as possible is a thing for me.
That's very impressive, because I know that the music business can be very hard, can be very rough, can be very stressful, and you get pushed into corners you don't want to be, and you have to travel the world all the time like you do now. Was there a time when you thought of just taking a break for like some years?
Honestly, only since COVID. And since my son and my daughter has gotten used to me being at home, and when I'm leaving now, just recently, he said to me, "Dad, when are you going to stop this nonsense?" And I said, "What nonsense?" He said, "It's coming and going, it's leaving, and it's nonsense."
Oh, he's right, though.
Yeah, exactly. I started saying, "Well, boy, you know, you start to question in my mind." But it's like, it's hard to still come to terms with that, you know what I mean? Even when thinking about when I'm older, when it's like I can't do a stage show because of physically not being able to, that's gonna be a bummer. You know what I mean? When it come on to technology, I hope technology can help us out in that respect.
So you can just sit on a couch and perform or something like that.
No, man, just give me a new knee. Like me, I'm not for the chip in the brain thing, but I'm for a new knee for sure.
You have problems with your knee?
Yeah, man. I've two bad knees for the longest time. One since I was 17. Broke this one playing broke this one when I was 17 playing soccer, and didn't really go to do proper rehab or go to do an operation. I broke the ACL ligament, and then in about 2010 on tour, I messed this one up, and I got the operation for this one. But every now and then they give me trouble like this one, you know what I mean? I have to talk to them. I have to talk to them on the point, "Yo, knee, behave your blood, behave yourself." And they like, "Yo, all right, boss, man." You know what I mean?
Is it like a pain you have in there?
Yeah, you know, it pains. Sometimes you just don't used to the jumping up and down and these things. Yeah. But yeah, I ride a lot, which helps my joint, help me to get the cardio with the knee joint them going on. Develop your knee joint too. Yeah, and as I said, water polo ain't that great for it, but it keep me fit.
Water polo should be good for it, or
it's
swimming.
It's not good for a knee problem.
All right.
The egg beater kick you have to do, the kick that you have to do to stay up when people pushing you down, that's not good for your knee.
What about the marijuana? Does it help to take the pain?
Yeah, it helped to kind of bring the and even the CBD oils that I have now is very good for that.
You rub that in, or you take it orange?
Rub and take some oil when I go sleep too.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Good. There's some good hospitals in Switzerland that can fix your knee. Probably that's an idea. If you have two new knees for Sean Paul.
I took a cadaver ligament in this, which I didn't think I would do. But big up to the person who grew that ligament and gave it to me.
Let's talk about music, Sean Paul. Yeah. I don't want to hear that. It hurts by listening. You have a new album out called the Scorcha.
Yeah, bad man thing.
Scorcha. First, we have to talk about the album title, the name, because
Scorcha.
Scorcha. I know that from David Rodigan's show. He used to have, I don't know if he still has it, the David Rodigan Scorcha, that used to be like one big song.
Yeah.
And I didn't really find out what it really means.
Scorcha, I mean hot.
Hot.
I mean hot boy, you know. I'm the Scorcha. Yeah. So, I mean, when you listen to some of my lyrics, them I'm been saying it. From the day I'm born, from the day I'm born, Jah ignite me flame, girl I call my name. Is me fame, it's all good. So from the day I'm born, woman always attracted to me.
Yeah, and that's true.
And for your mom take care of you, you know what I mean. But for real though, I just decided to, when I heard the rhythm where Chimney had. That was the name of the song, and why it was called Scorcha. I was just like, when you come with your lyrics, them, with even your freestyle, them, you're thinking of what's something to get an edge, like just with your ears. And the Scorcha was the first thing came out when I was like, I'm a hot boy. So what am I gonna say? I'm a hot? Nah. What am I gonna say? The girl them love me. I'm gonna say, man, a Scorcha, and that was it.
All right.
So that's the name of the album, Scorcha.
there's three things that fascinate me on that album about Sean Paul. The first thing is that you still find lyrics to underline that you're attracted by women.
Yeah.
and it's not the first time you did this, but you always find new ways to say it.
Yeah, that's a benefit.
Where do you get that inspiration from?
Street talk and, how things evolve.
Yeah?
Pretty sure, yeah. It's like somebody asked me, so, it must be harder to rhyme in patois. And I said, no, it's actually even more creative because you can rhyme words that you didn't think rhyme in the English language with some patois words, and it makes sense.
When you say street talk, are you still going out in the streets in Jamaica? Or?
I haven't been in the past 2 years now.
Yeah.
I've been, but I'm still keeping contact with people. So when I say street talk, maybe I'm not in the street, but we speak on the phone and I see on Instagram what's happening in certain places, and I'm like, all right.
And the other thing that fascinated me was the song with Damian Marley, No Fear.
Nice.
It's a wonderful piece of music that has
man.
been out already.
Yeah.
But I think that it didn't get the attention.
We're still looking towards doing a video feed.
Do that.
To help bring more attention to it and things. But when it come on to the message in that song, it does happen real natural in terms of, I called Gang and I said, I love what you're doing with the Jamrock cruise. You always talked about us, not us, me and him, but us as the people who are popular in dancehall and reggae. Every time I used to see Gang over the years, he's like, we all should be touring together.
Mm.
And that he put it together in the Jamrock cruise. I was like, this is awesome. So I said to him, if me and you do some songs, me and you have enough fans in Latin America, we could take it to, we could take the cruise down that area.
Yeah.
And we can build some other people on it and call it the Jamrock down that side. And he's like, yeah, for real. And I told him I was doing an EP was supposed to be all Latin work. So out of that came, I went to Miami and booked studio time, and out of that came a song with Anita, which I gave to her and DJ Snake, because that was originally my song. Song called Fuego.
Mm-hmm.
But we went that way with it and we just gave it to them to put out. The next thing we did was a Contra Parade with me and J Balvin.
Mm-hmm. And
then we used that on that EP. And I said, well, since two of the big songs gone already, let me just instead of doing the whole EP, let me just, finish some work. And my Gang, he came to the studio. And I said, what you want to talk about in the song? I said, boy, I heard a famous last words of a great man called Che Guevara.
Mm-hmm.
And him say, what, how it go again? And I said, he said, you can try to kill a man, but you can't kill his idea. And to me, that was it opened back my mind.
That's what you're saying in the song as well.
Yeah. So I'm saying big up him for saying that, because sometimes you may fear to say the idea. But once you get that idea out there and people actually understand what you're trying to say, it's a game changer. You could not be here tomorrow, but the idea is out there. And that's an important thing. So, yeah, the song is talking about facing life with all its adversities with no fear and where you're from. So where you're from could mean your mentors, like as in, this is how I think. Or it could mean, where I'm from, this is how I think because I'm from that place. So the first idea was to do a verse by me, a verse by Gang, and then a verse and chorus by a Latin artist, and also include somebody from Afrobeat world, or and
to make it a worldwide.
Yeah, to say where you're from, tell us how you feel right now.
Yeah.
And then it turned into being quite a lot to be able to accomplish. So big up Dupes, the producer, and also Tiny. So a big dancer producer, a big producer from Reggaeton worked on the track.
I love that song not only because of the lyrics, but also because of his laid back feeling.
The
it's
rhythm.
not, yeah, the rhythm. I love that. I love the vibes in there.
Appreciate the vibe. But so, you know, we did a challenge. We ended up making the song itself and then just do a challenge. And it as I said, it's to kind of bridge the gap and maybe hopefully one day take a couple shows or maybe even that Jamrock cruise down that side. You know?
When you're talking about the four corners of the world or the southern part of South America, you've traveled the world almost like nobody else.
Yeah, a lot.
You still live in Jamaica.
Yes, sir.
But you can tell us which other place, except we all know that Jamaica is paradise, but which other place would you like recommend?
For chill out vacation where it's just like you and the place itself, I love Portland, Jamaica, and that's where I like as a vacation spot. Mm-hmm. But when I went to Tahiti, I was like, yo, I have to go back there. And I actually did go back there with the wife one time just to chill out. It's like a bigger Portland to me.
Yeah.
Just the clear waters and just the natural atmosphere, and it's awesome, you know.
But you couldn't imagine living anywhere else than Jamaica?
No, and I want to participate. Now I want my children to catch that vibe where me catch while growing up there. Mm-hmm. I think it's a powerful thing, you know. I want to also affect change where I can, being someone that is so, I can't say, popular there.
Sean Paul, we talk about music and sports. We have 8 minutes left.
Damn.
I have songs
okay.
that I would like to listen with you.
Okay.
First, I want to start with my favorite Sean Paul song from all times, because I remember that you asked people on your social media once, what's your favorite Sean Paul song?
Yeah.
And I'll play my favorite.
Cool. Hey. Big tune, man.
Remember that one?
Yeah, the first tune that I wrote on my guitar by playing 3 chords. So, you say roll the paper, say you're doing it so deceitful. Yes, year to year, it's clear to the youth that you don't. Top dollar alone or TV. Everybody know it ain't a secret. Ammunition and gun, that's all you really wanna. Mad. See the blood is on your hand.
You still love that song?
Yeah, man.
And you play the guitar, you just tell me.
Yeah, so while I was touring, I was learning back in those days, early international days, I would say. So I toured, Jamaican circuits and dancehall roots, which was, London, New York, Miami, and all these areas in between that are Jamaican strongholds. And then I started to tour different places. It took a longer time to get there, and I started to pick up the guitar in my band and just play with it, and also the drums. And
wonderful.
So I started to do that, and then I learned 3 chords. A brethren teach me some chords, and I was like, "What about this?" And so yeah, you can if you have even 2 chords, you can write a song. I was like, "What?" Yeah, I didn't realize that before. Okay, cool. So I wrote this song doing that, just in my hotel room, thinking about life, thinking about, I've been the first times to Africa in 2003. And so it started then, and I think I finished it and produced it and put it on the album in 2005. And that was only on the French album. I was so huge in France at the time.
Oh, that's why we get it in Switzerland.
Right. So I didn't realize that. So
yeah.
So it was on the French version, and they just liked a lot of different music from me at the time and took it. I found that when I tried to do things like this before, especially like in the state, like as you say, in the States or English speaking territories, they didn't put that song out.
Yeah.
Don't know why, but yeah.
I have another song that I want to play or discuss with you.
Yeah.
You probably know that. Fits the city we're in. from a new Jamaican dancehall artist.
Ah, yeah. Okay, dope tune. Skeng, man, in body of fuck. Dun 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 dun. Skeng! Yeah, that's a dope tune.
It's a big tune, no?
Yeah, you know why? It dope too? Because the rhythm itself bad, but when you check it, he's talking about him just coming to London.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's what I...
Yeah,
yeah.
It's like a dope play for himself, like, yo, I'm bigging up the first time here.
And that's a
dope.
big goal for Jamaican artists to reach to London. And he made it, and then he made that song. That's also what makes it a big song, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Just the timing of it and being like, yo, and the style I'm have on it bad. So big up Skeng, mad.
I want to play one more. Quick. Do you know that? One of the artists that I how you call it? Saw for the first time last year.
Okay, yeah, this big tune. But this one is Afrobeat, yeah?
Yeah, it's they call it Afro Drill.
Afro Drill.
Black Sheriff from Ghana.
Yeah, the man say, all who fucked up. This is baddest line. Yeah, no hands. Yo, bang. That is dope.
You love that as well?
Yeah, I do like that one. Dope tune.
And then we have to talk about the next one. I hope you... Do you recognize this?
Not yet.
You don't know that?
Mm-mm. Is that instrumental or is
No. They say I just play the intro until he sings.
Okay.
This win a Grammy, you know.
I'm kind of realizing who you playing right now.
Were
Big
you
up the Grammy youths this year.
Were you like?
So,
I mean, you were nominated with your
Yeah.
last album. Did you hope to get it?
Of course, when you're nominated, you're like, yo, I want to win that for sure. Especially being the album what it was for me. First album of my own produced by myself, on my label, with so much great people. You know what I mean? It meant a lot to me to just be nominated, but and of course I wanted to win. But for me,
Were you sad?
I wasn't sad, man. I accept things like this very easily. For me, it's who God bless, no man curse. You know what I mean? And they won this year for whatever reason. God bless them. That's the events of life. I can't fight that. You know.
Scorcha, will it win the Grammy next year then?
I'm hoping so, sir. I hope so.
Yeah.
It depends on whatever the album does to receive whoever is voting on its love. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Sean Paul,
Yes,
we've reached half an hour.
Yeah, a little bit of time squeeze out.
Yeah, man. I know you're hungry. What place you going to eat when you come to London? What's the place to go?
All over, but I don't even know right now, to tell the truth. A lot of things changed in the past 2 years, man. You know? So I haven't been here in 2 years, so I don't know. Right now we're eating Nando's for lunch, so big up Nando's. At least Nando's is the same.
I was about to ask you if Jamaicans also eat chicken when they come to
Yeah,
London.
man, we eat
Obviously,
chicken.
yes.
For sure.
Thank you so much for taking your time. All the
Big up,
best
bro.
with your album,
Yeah, man,
and
respect
see
you.
you in Switzerland, hopefully.
Salute.
Yeah, I brought you
Coming
some
to-
chocolate.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Mad.
All right. Bless. Let me play the outro. Outro wicked as well.
Mad.
To the Peng Peng Podcast.
With Lukie Wyniger, the general.
Uncle Peng Peng, from straight out of Switzerland. And them others, yeah now.
The Peng Peng Podcast.
A popcorn.
Talk about music and sports.
You know who this is?
Popcorn.
No.
Who that?
Ja Israel.
Oh, yeah?
You know Ja
The
Israel?
Peng Peng Podcast. I'm saying that?
Yeah.
Damn, I was just like, is that popcorn or who is that?